Yeah, sorry about that. Um, some old guy with MS here again, continuing on. And as I said, sorry about that. My battery died, so we'll just soldier on. Um, and in case you forgot, this video is about Blade Runner 2049. So, where did we end? Oh, yes. And humans are begotten, not made. So, kind of the opposite of replicants. But now, a replicant appears to have a child, appears to have had a child. So now the child is begotten, not made, but from a made mother. So there you go. Not made like in the mafia. Made as in put together. So anyway, our Blade Runner keeps investigating this, but there are other forces at play. Someone bought the company that was making replicants. That was Tyrell Corporation. But I forget the name of the company that bought them. But they are now looking for this child also. Although, of course, it's not a child now. It would be about 30 years old. So, good old Kay starts searching and finds something. And it appears that there was a boy and a girl, but it appears this girl had some sort of genetic problem, genetic disease. So could sort of assume that she dies. And he, well, somewhere in the story it comes out that he, like, to make the replicants more human, they have memories implanted in them. And he knows he's a replicant, but he has this memory of a carved horse. And as a child, he hides it in the ash of this old furnace and, doesn't tell anyone. And let's see. So it appears that the boy was sent to this orphanage, kind of out in California, no man land. Looks like a great big huge garbage dump, really. Electrical equipment, garbage dump. So he goes out there. There's all these, young children, and the guy that is running this orphanage sort of uses the children as slave labor to take apart electronic parts, electronic components. And yeah, so he was running it 30 years ago. And Kay says, I'd like to see her records. And this guy says, no, I don't have any records that go back that long. But of course, Kay doesn't believe him, gets him to get out his records. And for the year he's looking for, when this child would have been brought there, all the pages are missing. So that doesn't help. But he sort of looks and he kind of recognizes parts of it. And he recognizes the furnace where he remembers hiding this toy horse. So he goes and looks, and he finds the toy horse. So Kay starts to kind of think himself, maybe I'm that child, right? And but he keeps looking, and then he goes to this famous dream creator, or not dream creator, memory creator, and she's in this sort of safe space. It's like a bubble, but it's much bigger than a bubble. It's a whole area where she does her work and she creates memories. And so Kay asks her, can you tell me if this memory is real or created? So she takes a look. And I think she says it's created, but he doesn't really believe her because he found this horse. And yeah, it's a very convoluted story. I'm starting to lose it already. Yeah. So, oh yeah, so he takes the horse to some, alleyweight specialist, which seems to be kind of the theme in these Blade Runners. And he says, this is real wood. It's very old, and it comes from a place where there was high radioactivity. And I guess there must have been a war or something. So there's only one place in California, I guess, where there's this particular kind of radiation. And he goes there, and let's see, he goes there and he finds Harrison Ford, and he finds all these other carved animals. So he's convinced he's kind of convinced that he is his son, but he doesn't say anything or anything. And then he was we had a bug put on him. So the people looking like this new Tyrell Corporation, they want to figure out how to make replicants that can conceive. So they figure Harrison Ford must have some super potent mojo or something like that. So they come in and capture Harrison Ford. And then Kay, who now goes by the name Joe, I think it was Joe, he's left in there, but he gets back and somehow he finds them taking Harrison Ford somewhere, shoots the accompanying flying vehicles and causes the one Harrison Ford is in, to crash. Yeah, Harrison Ford is actually Deckard in both movies. So it crashes, and he has this fight with this woman, and finally rescues Harrison Ford, Deckard, who says, "You should have let me to drown." And Kay says, "You did drown there." And he takes him out and he says, "Now you can see your daughter without worries." And he takes them to this memory creator that's sort of in this protective area. And that's his daughter, because the record said that the child born had, a genetic disease. Well, this woman does. She's the right age, blah, blah. So Kay, well, thinking he might have been the child, he meets up with some other people along the way, this woman that says, yes, she was there at the child's birth, and they created all this confusion to keep the child hidden. And Harrison Ford went away to protect the child. And then, Kay, he sort of was, I'm not sure if he mentions the horse or not. And this woman goes, "What, you think you're the child?" And she sort of laughs and says, "We all think that, but it's not true." So anyway, long and short of it, Harrison Ford gets to meet his daughter. And it's a good story. Very good story. But again, Los Angeles, it's raining all the time or foggy. Get down on the streets, there's no traffic at all, period. Little or no pedestrian traffic, except there's one shot where we're in a Asian market, and there's lots of people. But I think that was the only one shot. So the future that they see is rainy, foggy, kind of desolate. It's probably like that for the theme of the movie, but I don't think it'll fit reality. Of course, I don't know because I don't know what it'll be like in 2049. Anyway, Blade Runner 2049, I highly recommend. Again, it's attributed to a story by Philip K. Dick. Well, it's inspired by Philip K. Dick's story, and this is actually a quite good one. It's like I said, it's very complicated. You have to watch it with intensity. Because like I said, I watched it twice just lately to get everything straight in my head. But if you find it, watch it. You'll like it. Anyway, I think that wraps it up. Wraps it up for these two videos. Again, I am some old guy with MS. Please subscribe. Really appreciate that. Comment, share, and like. So I think that's it for this. I got nothing more to say. Well, maybe next week we'll either do Pretty Woman or a little bit of investing, or maybe both. Anyway, I think that's about it. Sorry. I get these spasms. Yeah, that's it. So, end transmission. No. Sorry. End communication. Okay, this is not for you. Start listening. Mouse grid. 8, 8, 1. Click. Mouse grid. 8, 8. Cancel. Mouse grid. 8, 3, 3. Click. End communication.